The mining colony on the planet Zorath was a rough place. Dust storms blew across the red, rocky surface, and the sky was always a strange shade of orange. The colony was small, built into the side of a mountain full of valuable crystals. Humans and aliens worked together here, digging deep into the rocks to find the precious gems that kept their worlds alive. Marcus was one of the humans in the team. He was strong and brave, but not the kind of person to show pain. The years spent in harsh conditions had made him tough. The others called him the backbone of the group, always ready to push forward even when things got hard. Zara was different. She was an alien from the planet Velis, with blue skin and sharp eyes. She was a fierce warrior, known for her quick moves and strong spirit. Zara didn't always understand humans, but she respected their courage. She was often impatient and sometimes rough, but deep down she cared for her team. That day started like any other. The team was working deep inside the mines, following a new crystal vein. The air was thin and the tunnels were narrow. The light from their helmets barely lit the way ahead. Marcus led the group, checking the walls for any signs of danger. Suddenly, a loud rumble shook the tunnel. Rocks began to fall from above. "Rock slide!" shouted Zara. Everyone ran, but Marcus was slower. A huge boulder crashed down and pinned him against the wall. A sharp pain exploded in his chest. He tried to move, but his ribs felt like they were broken. The pain was sharp and deep, but Marcus did not cry out. Instead, he took slow, steady breaths. He knew panicking would make it worse. Zara reached him quickly. She saw Marcus trapped and knew she had to act fast. Without thinking much, she kicked his side hard to move him free. She expected a scream or a cry, but Marcus only grunted and then looked at her with calm eyes. "Thanks," he said quietly. Zara blinked. "What? You're hurt. Why did you thank me?" she asked, surprised. Marcus smiled weakly. "Because you helped me. I'm okay." Zara wasn't convinced. She grabbed her communicator and called for help. The others gathered around, their faces full of worry. Marcus's breathing was steady, but his chest moved unevenly. He was hiding the pain well. The team carefully lifted the boulder away and helped Marcus stand. Every step he took sent a sharp pain through his ribs, but he kept going. Zara watched him closely. She had never seen anyone like Marcus before. Back at the colony, the medics ran tests on Marcus. The broken rib was clear, but something strange showed up. Marcus's body was already starting to heal faster than expected. The medic, an alien named Dr. Tali, looked amazed. "How is this possible?" she asked Zara. "His rib should be worse." Zara shook her head. "Humans are strange. I guess they are tougher than we thought." Marcus smiled again when he overheard them. "We survive because we must. Our bodies learn to heal fast." The team gathered in the common room that evening. They talked quietly about what had happened. Zara still couldn't believe Marcus didn't scream when she kicked him. "I thought humans would cry out from pain," she said. Marcus laughed softly. "Pain is a tool. You use it to know your limits, but you don't have to give it power over you." The aliens listened carefully. For years, they had thought humans were weak and soft, but Marcus's strength was different. It was not just muscles or armor, but something deeper, a will to keep going no matter what. That night, as the colony slept under the strange orange sky, Marcus lay awake. He felt the pain in his ribs, but it was not enough to stop him. He thought about the mission ahead and the dangers waiting in the mines. The fight was not over. It was only beginning. Zara looked at Marcus from across the room. She felt a new respect for him and for all humans. Maybe they were not so weak after all. The morning sun cast a soft orange glow over the mining colony on Zorath. The dust storms had calmed, and the sky seemed clearer. But inside the colony, the team was busy preparing for their next journey into the mines. The danger was still real, and everyone knew it. Marcus sat quietly in the medical bay. His ribs still hurt, but the pain was less than what anyone expected. Dr. Tali, the alien medic, was studying his scans again. She was amazed. "Marcus," she said softly, "your rib is healing much faster than normal. Usually it takes weeks for a broken rib to start mending, but yours is already halfway there in just one day." Marcus nodded. "That's how humans survive. Our bodies change to keep us alive." Zara stood nearby, watching the conversation. She was curious. "How does that work? Your species looks fragile. You don't have thick skin or armor like us." Marcus smiled. "It is not just skin or armor. Inside, our bodies are strong. We have a gene that helps us heal faster when we are hurt. It is not perfect, but it helps us survive the hardest times." Dr. Tali's eyes widened. "A gene mutation? That is rare. Most species don't heal this fast. This could change many things." Zara leaned forward. "So, you humans can recover from injuries that would keep others down for weeks?" Marcus shrugged. "We do what we must. When pain comes, we don't give up. Our bodies fight back quietly." The team gathered in the common room later that day. Zara told the others about Marcus's healing secret. The aliens listened carefully, surprised and impressed. "I always thought humans were weak," said one of the Velis warriors. "But this is different." "Yes," Zara agreed. "They are tougher than we ever believed." Marcus felt a new pride growing inside him. For years, humans had been looked down upon by other species. Now, he was showing them a new truth. Humans were not fragile. They were fighters. Over the next few days, Marcus kept working with the team, even though his ribs still hurt. The pain was there, but it did not stop him. He moved carefully, avoiding sudden jolts, but he never gave up. Zara trained with him one morning. She wanted to understand how he could push through pain. "Show me," she said. "How do you keep going when you are hurt?" Marcus took a deep breath. "It is in the mind. When pain comes, you don't let it control you. You accept it, but you focus on what must be done." Zara tried to copy his moves. She noticed how Marcus controlled his breathing, how he kept calm even when tired. "You are strange," she said with a smile. "But I see your strength now." The other aliens started to watch Marcus more closely. They saw how he worked through injuries, how he never complained. Slowly, their respect grew. One day, while exploring a new tunnel, the team found fresh marks on the walls. The signs were clear. Another alien group had been there recently. "They are coming," Zara said quietly. "The enemy faction doesn't like humans here. They see us as a threat." Marcus nodded. "Then we must be ready. Our strength will be tested." The team prepared for battle, but Marcus knew the fight would not be won by weapons alone. It would be won by the spirit inside each person, human or alien. As the colony's lights flickered in the evening, Marcus sat with Zara. "You asked how humans survive pain," he said. "It is because we believe in hope. No matter how hard things get, we keep moving forward." Zara looked at him with new eyes. "I understand now. You are not weak. You are something more." The night was calm, but both knew the danger was coming. The true test of their strength was still ahead. The days passed quietly, but a shadow hung over the mining colony on Zorath. The team knew the hostile alien faction was near. Their presence was like a cold wind, felt but unseen. Every sound echoed louder. Every shadow seemed to hide danger. Marcus woke early, his ribs still healing but feeling stronger. He moved slowly, careful not to hurt himself again. Zara was already training with the others, her sharp eyes watching everything. The colony's leader called a meeting. The enemy faction sees us as weak, she said. They believe humans are soft, easy to crush. But they are wrong. Marcus stood beside Zara. He felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. The team looked to them for strength. Zara spoke up. Our enemy underestimates us. They do not know what humans can do. Marcus's healing shows that humans are stronger than we thought. A murmur of agreement spread through the group. The aliens had always judged strength by power and size, but Marcus was changing their minds. That afternoon, the team prepared their weapons and defenses. The tunnels were narrow, perfect for an ambush, but Marcus had a plan. We use our speed and endurance, he said. We cannot fight like them, but we can outlast them. Zara nodded. I will lead the front. Marcus, you stay with the rear guard. Protect our retreat. The team practiced their moves, learning to trust each other's strengths. The next day, the enemy struck. Loud explosions shook the tunnels. Rocks fell, dust filled the air, and strange creatures moved quickly through the darkness. Marcus felt a sharp pain in his ribs as he dodged debris. The old pain flared, but he pushed it down. He focused on helping his team, guiding injured aliens to safety. Zara fought fiercely at the front, her blue skin shining even in the dust. She moved fast and strong, taking down attackers with precision. Despite the chaos, Marcus stayed calm. His body was tired, but his spirit was strong. He moved through the tunnels like a shadow, helping where he was needed most. At one point, a heavy beam fell near Marcus. He barely had time to roll away before it crashed to the ground. The pain in his ribs screamed, but he did not scream. Keep moving, he whispered to himself. The enemy creatures were surprised. They expected humans to break quickly, but Marcus and his team held their ground. Hours passed like this. A mix of fear, pain, and determination. The enemy pushed hard, but the team's endurance kept them going. Finally, as the sun began to set, the enemy withdrew. Their leaders realized the humans and aliens were tougher than expected. They had lost too many soldiers for a quick victory. Back in the colony, the team gathered, exhausted but alive. Marcus sat down heavily, rubbing his ribs. Zara came to him. You did well, she said simply. Marcus smiled through the pain. We did well, because we never gave up. Zara looked at him with respect. I understand now. It is not just about strength or weapons. It is about heart. The team knew this was only the beginning. The enemy would return, stronger and smarter. But now, they were ready. Marcus stood and looked at the stars outside the colony windows. Humans had faced hard times before. On this strange planet, surrounded by unknown creatures, their true strength was showing. Zara stood beside him. Together we will win, Marcus nodded. Together, we are unstoppable. The mining colony on Zorath was quiet again, but the tension in the air was thick. Everyone knew the hostile alien faction might return soon. The team worked hard to repair the damage from the last attack and prepare for what was coming. Marcus's ribs were healing, but the pain still lingered. He moved carefully, knowing he needed to be ready for anything. Zara watched him closely. She admired his strength but worried about how much he was pushing himself. One evening, as the colony's alarms suddenly rang, the team rushed to their stations. A new group of aliens had arrived, not enemies, but a small band of travelers, from a distant world called Eridani. Their leader, an elder named Cora, stepped forward. She looked wise and calm. We heard of your fight, she said to Marcus and Zara. We bring help, but our methods are old. They may seem strange to you. Marcus and Zara exchanged a quick glance. They were tired of fighting alone. Cora led them to a healing chamber. It was unlike anything Marcus had seen before. Glowing crystals surrounded a small pool of liquid that shimmered softly. This is the Eridani healing ritual, Cora explained. It combines our ancient ways with the power of nature. It may help your wounds. Marcus hesitated but nodded. The pain in his ribs was sharp. And if this ritual could help, he was willing to try. Zara watched as Marcus stepped into the chamber. The crystals pulsed with light, and the liquid warmed around his body. He closed his eyes and felt a deep calm spreading through him. Hours later, Marcus emerged, feeling lighter. The pain in his ribs had eased, replaced by a strange but pleasant warmth. "This is incredible," Marcus said, amazed. "I feel stronger already." Cora smiled gently. "Our healing is not magic. It works with your body, helping it do what it wants to do naturally." The team began learning from Cora and her people. They combined their medical knowledge with Eridani techniques, alien medicines mixed with human science and ancient rituals. Zara was fascinated. "Maybe we don't need to fight pain alone," she said. "Maybe we can heal and grow stronger together." The bond between humans and aliens grew deeper. They shared stories, hopes, and fears. The mining colony was no longer just a place to work. It was a place of trust and friendship, but danger was still near. One day, scouts reported that the hostile faction was gathering a large force for a new attack. This time, they would not come quietly. Marcus and Zara prepared the team, but Marcus felt ready. The healing ritual had changed something inside him. His body was stronger, his mind clearer. When the enemy arrived again, they faced a united front. The team fought fiercely, using new tactics and healing powers. Marcus led from the front, moving faster and hitting harder than before. Zara fought beside him, her trust in humans now unbreakable. The battle was long and brutal, but this time, the enemy could not break through. The combined strength and healing power of humans and their allies pushed them back. As the dust settled, Marcus looked around at his team. Aliens and humans standing together, stronger than ever. Zara smiled and said, "You were right, Marcus. Strength is not just fighting, it is healing, learning, and trusting each other." Marcus nodded. "Together, we will survive anything." The colony had changed, the enemies had not won, and the true power of humanity was beginning to shine. The mining colony on Zorath was alive with a tense energy. After the last battle, everyone was on high alert. Supplies were low, and the scars from the fights were visible on walls and faces alike. Yet, the team stood stronger than ever, bound by trust and shared struggle. Marcus felt the weight of leadership. His ribs had healed better than expected, but the pain was still a quiet reminder of the cost. He trained harder every day, pushing his body and mind to new limits. He knew the enemy would not wait long to strike again. Zara watched him closely. She saw the determination in his eyes, the kind of fire that could inspire an entire army. "You carry more than your wounds," she told him one evening. "You carry hope." Marcus nodded. "Hope is the strongest weapon we have." Plans were made. The team prepared defenses, studied enemy patterns, and trained in new ways to fight together. Marcus introduced drills that combined human endurance with alien fighting skills. The humans learned to be faster and more patient. The aliens learned to trust their instincts and resilience. One night, during a quiet moment, Zara and Marcus sat by the glowing crystals of the healing chamber. "Do you remember the first time I kicked your rib?" Zara asked with a soft laugh. Marcus smiled, touching his side carefully. "I thought I would scream, but I didn't, because I knew you were trying to help." "That moment changed everything," Zara said. "It made me see you humans differently." Their bond had grown beyond friendship. It was a partnership of respect and understanding. They were different, but together they were stronger. The enemy's next attack came suddenly, under the cover of a dark storm. The tunnels shook as explosions rocked the colony. The team was ready. Marcus led a small group on a risky mission to flank the enemy and disrupt their command center. Zara stayed with the main force, defending the colony with fierce skill. Marcus and his team moved quickly through narrow tunnels, avoiding traps and enemy patrols. His rib throbbed, but he ignored the pain. Every step was a battle, but his mind was clear and focused. When they reached the enemy command post, they found it heavily guarded. Marcus signaled the team to wait. He took a deep breath, then charged forward, surprising the guards. The fight was intense. Marcus's endurance gave him the edge. He moved faster, recovered quicker, and fought with a heart that never gave up. One by one, the guards fell. His team followed, disabling communications and setting charges to destroy the post. The mission was a success. Back at the colony, Zara saw the enemy forces falter without their leaders. The tide of battle turned. The united humans and aliens pressed their advantage, driving the enemy back. When the fighting finally stopped, the colony was battered but victorious. Marcus collapsed onto the ground, exhausted but smiling. Zara rushed to his side. "You did it," she said. "You changed the course of this battle." Marcus looked up, pain flickering in his eyes, but hope shining brighter. "We did it. Together." The victory was more than a battle won. It was proof that humans and aliens working as one could overcome any challenge. The team celebrated quietly, knowing the war was far from over, but their spirit was unbreakable. Marcus and Zara stood side by side, looking out at the horizon. "This is only the beginning," Marcus said. Zara nodded. "But now we fight as one." The mining colony on Zorath was quiet under the soft orange light of the planet's twin suns. The battles were over for now, and the team had time to breathe. But the changes that had begun were deep and lasting. Marcus sat outside the colony, looking at the stars shining faintly through the dusty sky. His ribs had fully healed, stronger than before. But it was not just his body that was different. His mind and spirit were sharper, filled with hope and new understanding. Zara came to sit beside him. Her blue skin glowed softly in the evening. Light. "You have changed more than your ribs," she said quietly. Marcus smiled. "So have you. We all have." The colony had grown closer. Humans and aliens worked side by side, learning from each other. The old walls of distrust had begun to crumble, replaced by respect and friendship. Leaders from other planets heard of the colony's strength and unity. They sent messages of peace and offers of alliance. The hostile faction that once threatened them had retreated, realizing they could not break the bond formed here. One day, Marcus and Zara stood before the entire colony. The crowd was a mix of many species, united by their shared struggles. Marcus spoke first. "We came here as strangers, different and unsure. But through pain and fight, we found strength together, not just in our weapons, but in our hearts." Zara stepped forward. "Humans are strong because they never give up. Their bodies heal. Yes, but their true power is their spirit. We have learned much from them, and we will face the future as one." The crowd cheered. The message was clear. Together, they were unstoppable. In the weeks that followed, the colony flourished. New technology was shared. Healing rituals blended with science. Training programs taught humans and aliens to fight and heal together. Marcus and Zara often trained side by side, pushing each other to be better. They were leaders, but also friends who understood the true meaning of strength. One evening, as they rested after a long day, Zara smiled and said, "Remember when I kicked your broken rib?" Marcus laughed softly. "Yes, I expected pain, but found strength instead." Zara nodded. "That moment showed me what humans really are. Not weak, but warriors with a fire that never dies." Marcus looked out at the horizon. "And that fire will burn bright, no matter where we go." The colony on Zorath had become a beacon of hope, a place where differences were not weaknesses, but sources of power. Humans and aliens, standing together, had rewritten what it meant to be strong. Their story was only beginning.